119 Ministries is now available in Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, Xbox Live, and more. You can now access dozens of free video teachings straight from your home television in the comfort of your home. If you would like to learn more, please visit us at testeverything.net.
Hello and welcome to another teaching by 119 Ministries. Our ministry teaches that the whole Bible is still true and directly relevant in our lives. If you would like to know more on what we believe and teach, please visit us at testeverything.net. We hope that you enjoy studying and testing the following teaching. Have you ever been told that the law of God is too hard, so God got rid of it and made it easier? Have you tested that to the Word of God, or simply took men's word for it? Deuteronomy chapter 30. Yahweh will again delight in you and make you prosperous, just as He delighted in your ancestors, if you obey Yahweh your God, and keep His commands and decrees that are written in this book of the law, and turn to Yahweh your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Now what I am commanding you today is not too difficult for you or beyond your reach. It is not up in heaven, so you will have to ask, who will ascend into heaven and get it and proclaim it to us so that we may obey it? Nor is it beyond the sea, so that you have to ask, who will cross the sea and get it and proclaim it to us so we may obey it? No, the word is very near you. It is in your mouth and in your heart, so you may obey it. See, I set before you today life and prosperity, death and destruction. For I command you today to love Yahweh your God, to walk in obedience to Him, and to keep His commands, decrees, and laws. Then you will live and increase, and Yahweh your God will bless you in the land you are entering to possess. Clear as day, what was written by Moses is easy. We also just read that keeping God's law is also the means to love God. It is the number one purpose of the commandments that was set before us. Thus, God made it easy to love Him, and told us specifically how. Which is why in the New Testament we still read the command to love God. Luke chapter 10. So He answered and said, you shall love Yahweh your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And how to love God. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not burdensome. God still makes it easy to love Him, and still defines it as obedience to the commandments He already gave us. There are not many commandments that mainstream Christian theology does not teach as valid. Ironically, we would submit we kept all the hard commandments. If we were worried about commandments being hard, then perhaps we have it backwards. Have we really looked at them? How many of them have we kept? Don't we struggle with those commandments daily in obedience? Don't we find sin to be a struggle? Even if we pretend that there are only 9 commandments instead of 10, aren't those other 9 still hard? The reason we say that is because some people don't keep the Sabbath today. Here is the irony. The major commandments that modern theology has thrown in the trash can are the best ones and the easiest ones. If God got rid of the law to make it easier, why did He get rid of the easy ones and not the hard ones? Think about that for a second. Which one of these are harder? Rest every seventh day and keep it holy, or do not lie? What about these? Do no work on the Day of Atonement, but set it apart, or do not look at a woman lustfully. Who is going to say that feasting with your friends and family for 8 days and learning the Word of God is hard? I suppose if you do not like your friends and family, one might say that, but really? Eating, celebrating, and learning about God for 8 days with friends and family is hard? Who is going to say that resting 1 day a week is hard? Really? Resting is hard? Who is going to say that not eating certain things is hard? Really? Do we struggle with not eating dog or cat? Gross, right? The animals that God said were unclean are also gross for very evident biological and scientific reasons, if one just does some simple research. How did Yeshua overcome temptation from Satan in Matthew chapter 4? He quoted the law. Interestingly enough, his first quote there says it all. Matthew chapter 4. Yeshua answered, it is written, man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. So when did every word that comes from the mouth of God turn into some of the words from the mouth of God? Before we make the claim or believe somebody else's claim regarding the Bible, we should do what Paul said. Test everything to the Word and only hold on to what is good. We hope that you enjoyed this teaching. And remember, Continue to test everything. Shalom.